How are you?
I'm good. I'm in Salt Lake City. I played a gig last night.
Nice one.
Yes. Still on tour.
It never stops, right?
No, it will. I think it will soon. I don't even know what date it is today because I can't do that.
Congratulations. I got it. I listened to it. Well, we had it for a long time. We are hosting a radio show now here in Munich. We are the station that the three chords and a truth.
We are colleagues.
We are.
Yes. Yeah.
I love the music you pick for your show.
Oh, I appreciate that a lot. Yeah.
And I always love the punk rock song that you put in there. The punk rock classic you still put in there.
Yeah, sometimes, you bring up Susan and my show, Three Chords and the Truth, and we try to find songs, that to us, like, I've always loved that. Like when I saw, I don't know, Iggy in like 79 and saw the Clash in 79.
Yeah.
Especially the Clash show to me, that was right before London Calling. And man, these guys were just truth tellers, and it came through, and they included the whole audience in the show, and we were all in the thing together, right? And that's really like I'll parlay that into the record Lighthouse. I've written songs since the punk rock days, into Guns N' Roses, into whatever, but it's like. Three Chords and the Truth is really like what it's about for me. And I've found this since Tenderness, which came out in 2019. I found this like this area that I'm comfortable singing in. I'm comfortable playing acoustic guitar in and playing bass and playing drums sometimes. And, I got my drumming back again. And, and Lighthouse to me is just, it's a punk record, it's Three Chords and the Truth, and that is punk rock to me. That is
totally. That's Brian. he's late.
All right. It's okay.
We've aired maybe 10 shows from your show, but I'm still waiting for you to put on some Fastbacks.
Oh, that could happen. They have a new record. I got to hear it. It's coming out in Sub Pop. It's so good.
Okay.
And I'll play. Yeah, when that Kim and Kurt sent it to me because I'm a OG Fastback member.
I know.
I got to hear it. It was actually on my record release last Friday. That morning, release day, they sent me their record, and it's wonderful. So I'll play Fastbacks. Fastbacks for all you people don't know. Fastbacks was a band I was in when I was 14. I played drums, and we put out a single and a couple other recordings. First, I
got the Sucker EP, or what it was called, Sucker. That's the record I have from Fastbacks.
Yeah, I think it's Sugar. I think it's some language.
It was written, right? Yeah, I know.
Is it German for sugar or is it French for sugar?
It is. It is, actually. It's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Brian. As you can see, we started early, but I hope it's okay for you.
Sorry. Of course, I didn't want to interrupt. Sorry. You guys go on.
Yes.
Well, congratulations to Lighthouse. I think that most people, when they listened to the record the first time, I think they were surprised of the broad variety of music that you put on there. Is this the reaction you got most? Could that be?
I don't know what kind of reaction. It's funny with me and getting reactions to whether it be a new record or a live show from the night before. I don't go out and look for it. I don't go look. And it's a long time, training myself, like, don't just do your work that's in front of you. And, I'm proud of the record I put out. There's been a couple nice reviews that Brian, my manager, sent me. And it's like, okay, great. They get it. So if you kind of get what I'm doing and it's the subject matter. I tried to almost do like a novel and on a record. And I come from the age where you listen to a record from, side A, song one, and you flip the record, you listen to the whole record through, and it's a journey. And that's what I really tried to do, at least lyrically, on Lighthouse. And I think I succeeded in that. And that's all I can do. I can record music that I identify with, and I don't know how to write like songs for other, like a pop hit for radio. I've never known how to do that. I think you write something that satisfies you, and then once in a while it connects with somebody else, and that's the magic.
It's funny because as far as I know, over the last period of time, the last couple of years, you wrote a bunch of songs, like many songs. But when was it clear to you that those 11 songs are going to form the Lighthouse record of all the songs you had?
Right. What you're talking about is during the period of us not, the world not being able to do anything else but, watch what's going around. I had got my studio up and running just 8 weeks before the lockdown happened. So I had my amazing vibe studio. It's such a good vibe in that studio that like the acoustic guitar sounds so wonderful, and the drums sound good, and there's space above your head, so your vocals actually sound. I'm more confident singing in there, and et cetera, et cetera. It just sounds great. And I recorded because there was so much time. And when you're creating music, for me, at least I was in this period, it kind of begat creating more music. Like I'd write a new song. I'm like, oh, wait, I have another part for another song. And I would, by the end of this whole thing, Thomas, I have now, I think, recorded about 60 songs. So how did I pick these 10? The 10 songs, really, it's 10 because 11 is the reprise of the old school reprise, of the first song on the record. And the reprise, of course, is with Iggy Pop, which for me is like, I'm done. I'm good. I can retire, whatever retire is. But, I picked, how did I pick these? It was really subject matter of the songs.
All right.
I really wasn't listening for tempos. I wasn't listening for, is this song going to be a hit on the radio? None of that stuff. I was just like, let's make a good piece of work, body of work. And that satisfies me, and then hopefully it'll rub off on some other people.
It's funny that you mentioned the singing because I think one of my personal favorites, well, I like every song, but one of my personal favorites is Hope. And it's not because Slash is on there, but I think your singing is outstanding. The funny thing is, it seems to me that you never make a big fuss out of singing. But, the question sounds kind of stupid. Is singing for you a necessary evil to put out a record? Because, your singing is great on there and your voice is great. It's very distinctive.
Well, thank you. Singing throughout time, my time in music, it's something I've always done, whether, always backup vocals since I was 15 years old. But, backing vocals in punk rock days was just screaming to get over the, there wasn't really singing, and, in Guns N' Roses, when we formed that, like we really got into backup singing. Izzy and I got into like falsetto and all that. Everything you hear on Guns is us singing, So it's a lot of stuff. November Rain, you hear all the falsetto ahs, and so I learned technique and all kinds of things you have to learn. I want to be good at playing bass, and I want to be good at playing guitar, and I work at it, and I want to be good at playing drums, and I want to be a good singer as best as I can be, and I do work at it. I take lessons. I do all the stuff that's necessary
to
get better. So in this new sort of these types of songs I've been writing in the last 10 or 12 years, having an acoustic guitar up against, I write them on acoustic guitar, and the acoustic guitar is up against your chest when you write these songs, and it resonates. It resonates in your chest, and that resonates through your head, and has guided me to where I want to sing in the song, range wise. And so I think because of that, I've relaxed into this place where I'm more comfortable singing, and I'm totally comfortable singing these songs. I'm totally comfortable singing backing vocals in Guns N' Roses. I'm totally comfortable singing. Period. Because I didn't make my hay, or whatever you want to say, as a singer from the beginning. People are like, oh, he can sing, or something. But I've been singing. If you pay attention, I've been singing for a long time. So this is just, it's my music, and I think my voice is the way to do it. And I get some help from Jerry Cantrell on this record, which is really nice. But the lyrics that I write are so particular to me. And I really scrape them out of the page. I scrape the lyrics out, and I want to be the one that portrays those hard fought lyrics.
I understand this. Every song on this record seems to have its own feeling. And I think it's very different. I think that when you start with Lighthouse, the very first song, and you can call me stupid or not, but it reminded me of Hey Jude by the Beatles. Because it starts slow, and it grows and grows, and it becomes so overwhelmingly, huge. Yeah. Nobody ever told you that, right?
Well, I mean, no, nobody ever told me the Hey Jude part, but
it could be totally wrong.
It was like the three chords, the Lighthouse, which it's just like a straight up love song, to my wife. She is my lighthouse, and we've been through so much together, and the pandemic, like, oh wow, we're going through like a historical. We've been together so long, we've gone through historical times together and had kids. Biggest thing, and so during COVID, when we'd hear about like other couples, we all heard about it, like 20-year marriage is done, 25 years. We're like, Jesus, why is that? Like after 20, 25 years. But we really, I mean, I'll speak for myself. I really like hanging out with her, and so we got to hang out together more. And of course, I was working in my studio every day. We know how to give each other space and all that stuff. Yeah. But those three chords to the song, the three chords and the Lighthouse, I had this simple little kind of prelude, this little love song prelude to my wife. And I hit this D chord and hit the word shine. And this is on my acoustic guitar. And when I hit shine, in my head, I'm like, this has got to go off. This has got to go off. So that's, we recorded the song, and I started playing the D, and Martin, my producer's like, okay. I said, just going to roll on D for a long time. And I'm saying, he goes, oh, I dig it. Okay, I dig it. And then we just built it. I played drums on that song. Those big drums that come in is me just like, okay, let's build this thing. And all the guitars, and getting Shayna Shepherd and sing those wonderful background vocals. We and once we were done, we're like, this is going to be the first song on one of these records. This is definitely a first song. And when we hit on Just Don't Know, the last song, we knew that would be the last song on the record. So you begin the record with this sort of beacon of hope, right? Yeah. And I think for all of us, human nature, I travel so much and talk to so many people, we're all looking for that goodness, that hope, that something, right? And a lot of us go through shit to get there, but that's what we want ultimately. And the last song, Just Don't Know, is kind of pondering, thinking of what's out there, what's next, what's in the ether, like people have been looking at these stars since the beginning of humankind. Yeah. And that's what I was doing. I was looking at the stars, walking my dog when I wrote the lyric for Just Don't Know. And thinking, wow, these stars, same formation in the northern hemisphere where we're at, you know, is like they've been the same like this for crazy. A lot of people have been thinking, what's out there? What's next? I'm just one of them. But we knew that'd be the last song. And in between that hope, you know, that lighthouse, that beacon, and the end pondering what's next or what's out there, I tried to build a story, you know, some peaks and some valleys of a story.
What was the hardest song to finish for this record? What was the most difficult song?
Well, that's an amazing, great question. I mean, the studio.
Only one.
The great thing about my studio. Yeah, another good observation or question from you. The studio. I gotta say, man, I've talked about it in other interviews. My studio is so amazing that if there's something that we that's not finishing itself, we'll just put it to the side. And I've got another song. Let's go to another song. And then you come back to something kind of fresh and you finish it. So there was, you know, I'd say maybe the song Hope, only because I recorded the basics of that, the bass, drums, guitars, slash, in 1996.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It was some masters I got back that one of those big conglomerate record companies took my masters from me and wouldn't let me have. They said, "Oh yeah, it'll cost you $500,000 to get these." I'm like, "These are my songs recorded at my house." Anyhow, it's another story for another day. I got the masters back during this time, during the just before COVID, and I kind of took the lid off of those masters and like, what do I have here? And I had this song Hope. I sang it in 1996. I decided to re-sing it so that my voice sounds consistent throughout this record, Lighthouse. But the lyrics, you know, same everything. And so that song was probably the most difficult to get done because it took, I don't know, 25 years to get out. I got right.
That's insane.
Yeah. But that's me recording Slash on tape at my house in 1996. Abe Laborio's playing drums. He plays with Paul McCartney. Plays with Paul McCartney. He's pretty fucking good. You know,
is this the guy with the pyramid head? The drummer.
He's bald.
Yeah, but he wears like a little pyramid on his head, doesn't he?
Oh, does he?
He plays live. I think so. I saw him a couple of times.
Okay. He sings all the backups. He plays drums and sings all the backups for Paul. He's amazing. But he and I had recorded a bunch of songs in 1996, and Hope is one of them.
A nice one. You know, you mentioned Iggy Pop before, and you seem to be so proud to have him on this record, obviously. Yes. But let me tell you one thing, and let me give you one question, because I think that you know, when was the time in your life that you realized that you belong to the club where Iggy Pop belongs to? That you're one of those people? That you you know, over the top in this group of musicians where you go like, oh, these are all my idols and I'm one of them now. There must be a certain point that happened.
I don't think that. I mean, these.
I know you don't, but you are. You know.
Okay, well, I mean, that's you saying that. Iggy, to me, I got to play some shows with him last April, and help him make his new record, his latest record. To me, that is like hallowed ground. I got to be a part of this thing. Got to be in his band, and he let us pick the set list. Nice. And but being in rehearsal with him, man, there's me and there's Chad Smith. We're a couple, you know, yeah, man, we're cool. When Iggy comes in the room, we're 15 years old again. We're like, oh Jesus, you know. So there is a difference. And playing the shows with him, it's like we're playing with Iggy. he's in the Chili Peppers. I'm in Guns N' Roses. Andrew Watt, the guitar player, produces the Stones and everybody, But when we're with Iggy, it's like, okay, whatever you say, boss. And it's just a treasure because you know why? He is the chief fucking truth teller.
Yeah.
He is the truth teller in chief. And there, for me, there's Prince and there's Iggy and there's Lemmy. And Iggy's the one, who's there and he's with us and he's a treasure. And I got to do stuff with him. And he offered to like do a spoken word on my record. I'm like, okay. And imagine that, like we just got these days you get a file on your computer, right? And it was his vocal. It was just his voice. And I'm here we are back at my studio with Iggy's voice coming through my speakers, shaking the room. Just a voice shaking the room. And we put music around it. And I feel so honored and to be in the same room or whatever with that guy. But there is Iggy and then there's the rest of us.
As nice as it is to have Lighthouse now on tape and you can listen to everything, what else can you do with this record? Can you take it live somewhere? Is there something going to happen like this for us over here, like bigger or are you going to shelf it later and go like, nice one, next one? I don't know.
No, I mean, it's definitely, I toured on the Tenderness record and I had Shooter Jennings and his band.
Yeah.
And we went and played about a dozen shows in Europe and about a dozen shows in the US. It was in 2019. I am obviously thinking about what band I want to portray these songs.
All right.
And what's the inspiration? There's two guitar players. Like Tim, who played on the record, who's amazing. I have to get people that can sing because there's so many backing vocals on this record. And I want it to be, if I'm going to do it live, it's got to be, to me, it's got to be stellar. It's got to be that record and it can't be an approximation.
Yeah.
So I would love to come play Europe. I mean, if I can play somewhere in Munich and Berlin that enough people will come that I can do it. So now we got to figure that out.
We'll make sure that those people show up. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, if you say that, then I'll come and play for sure. So I think, I don't know when, maybe spring or some point, I'll do this and I'll probably have some more material when I come tour. Well, probably because I have so much material, Thomas, from this time that we're thinking like, okay, we got to get it out. I put out an EP last spring I put a song called This Is the Song. And I put a 3-song EP just to start getting songs out. So,
yeah.
I mean, I would have a lot of songs to play, really. Like I would have the Tenderness record, Lighthouse record, my EPs, a lot to choose from to play live. But, I've got to finish this tour I'm on. We were supposed to be done touring. My record was going to come out like 3 days after we got done touring, but we extended our tour. So it's a little strange, like having my own record come out and I go out and do a Guns show that night,
Wow.
I mean, it's great. It's an embarrassment of riches, as they say, so I will get serious about who I find as a band.
Yeah.
And whatnot. But I want to do just some really cool shows, not a million shows.
Yeah.
I do that with Guns N' Roses. We play a million shows. But I would love to play, Munich, Berlin, Rome, play in Poland. Poland was great on Tenderness. Some place we went in Tenderness that was really great. I'll go back to. Yeah. Play Milan, play London. And just do it right. Do it as big as I can, as the crowds allow.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to shelf it. No. I don't do that.
Good one. Well, I guess that's pretty much it. I have no more further questions for now. But I think there's always going to be a next time, I guess, with you. And so,
well, it was a great interview. Great interview. I got to say, Thomas, props to you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm careful about what interviews I do, and
All right, it was very nice talking to you, and I hope to see you soon.
Thomas, thank you.
No, thank you. Take care, and good luck for the rest of the time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.